Welcome everybody to my Trainwreck portfolio. Now you might be wondering, what on earth is this? Now the first thing it isn't is financial advice. Do not try this at home. Essentially what I was doing was I was watching some YouTube videos of other investors, won't name names, and I was looking at portfolios and they were horrible, they were awful, they were investing in companies that were just failing, and it was actually terrifying to watch. But the thing being, I actually learned a lot watching them and watching them describe why they did it, which was actually the biggest lesson, because you'd think they had realised that every word that came out of their mouth was a horrible idea, but they didn't. So what I want to do here is I want a bit of an educational video with a mix of entertainment, meme stocks, and everything in between. So let's jump into it. I have a portfolio in front of you, as you can see, £186.27. It worked out that because it's more or less one share, minimum one share for most of the holdings. They all hold 10%. What do they consist of? Well, we're going to jump right into it, but I can quickly tell you it's meme stocks. We've got Snapchat, we've got airlines, we've got Rolls-Royce, and we've got very highly volatile electric car manufacturers, not including Tesla, because I actually really like Tesla stock. So without further ado, let's jump right on over to the stocks that I put in it. As you can see here, this is my watch list. But on the watch list is also every stock that's in the pie. As I said, they all occupy 10%. We'll be able to see exactly how many shares I got each. So without further ado, we have Currys. Now Currys is an electronics store over here in the UK. It might be based in other parts of the world. Another thing I want to add here is I have done surface level research on all of these companies. The whole point of this video, if anything, is to teach you not to just go and, anyone that just buys really low stocks, and I mean low bottom of the barrel of usually failing companies or very highly speculative, is a horrifically bad idea. That's not like financial advice. That's just common sense. Like, you should do your own research before you look into anything. So I haven't done basically any research. I know of these companies. I know basics, but I couldn't tell you their financials. I actually couldn't tell you anything about this. So this is bare bone terrible ideas you could get. Now, you might be wondering, why didn't I do this in the practice account in Trading 212? There's a practice account. I could have went at it here, but I want to show you that it's real money. This is a real ISA. This is real financial decisions that, to be honest, for myself, this is horrible. But I want to talk through why it's so horrible, because if anyone can walk away from this and go, right, well, at least there's one or two things that I know not to do, then this video was all worth it. That's the whole point, is just me doing my own research of a horrible decision. That's the gist of it. So let's get right to it. We have Currys here. Average price bought in at 66p. I have 31 shares, down 1.7%. Now, as you can see from the chart, Currys has been doing quite awful. Now, I don't know why that is. I haven't looked into it much further than that, but it's just dire. It looks like, you buy that whole buy low, sell high. This is horrible. This is a terrible graph. They're actually, I think they're the only dividend pair that's on it, which is kind of ironic. I thought they all weren't dividend pairs, but I've been proven wrong. There is one, which is Currys. Net profit margin 0.7%, and the graphs aren't great for them. Next on the list, we have Rivian Automotive. Again, I don't know much about these guys other than they're a electric car company. Or are they the electric hydrogen ones? No, I think that might be NIO. Anyway, highly speculative when they were first out, $129. They're now sitting at $36 a share. Not great. Again, they're over 0.6 of a share. And that's just no thought behind it. I just threw it in, 10% of the stock portfolio, and they exist. And they're there. Jumping on the Cineworld Group, again, a massive cinema group over here in the UK, they're down to 21p. They're lower than their lowest point when COVID hit. That should tell you all you need to know. I have 86 shares, and it cost me £18. They're actually down. Most of them are down at the moment. But yes, again, looking into it, this is horrible. This was a horrible idea. It's terrible. So, with IAG, now, to be honest, this is one of the ones that might actually have a chance of having a great rebound in the future, and I actually wanted to keep them one of the portfolios, but that's why I have them here. It's just a whole host of terrible, not terrible industries per se, but industries and stocks that have just had a bit of a bad run of it. IAG, which they actually operate British Airways, Iberian, and Aer Lingus, maybe a few more airlines. Vueling as well. So again, they actually used to be a good dividend payer to my knowledge, and just with the way the world's been, they are a bit up than when they were in the drop of COVID. Oh no, they dropped lower at a point. They actually were at 95p, but they've recovered somewhat to 119p, but in the year that's a plummet of 30%. All these companies are just down. They're down 15 shares. Now we've got meme stocks, because I just wanted to throw in some of my... Why would you add this to the portfolio? Realistically speaking, I don't know. I don't know, other than for the memes, which is why it's featured. It's for the memes. It might go up, but to be honest, if I looked into this company, I just don't know where I would ever see it as something that's useful in any portfolio. It doesn't pay a dividend. Its earnings per share is in the minuses. Its revenues seems to be dropping. Oh, that's what I mean. Like a surface level, what is this doing here? Rolls-Royce. I love the cars. I do love them. I'd love to have one. But let's face it here. They're actually big into aerospace. They make airplane engines and whatnot. That's from what that's the most basic understanding of the company. They are down. Big time. Big time. 83 pence. That's such a drop. And recovery, there might be none. This company, unless they do something drastic, I don't know how this share price recovers. But anyway, pay ratio of 437. Yikes. I don't have to compare other people in the industry to know that's a yikes. We have Snapchat. Now, I put it in because I use Snapchat a lot. Like a lot. So, it's here. It's $10 a share. And, okay, it's had worse days. Back in 2018, it was down at $5. So, we're actually punching pretty high with Snap. All right. Does it pay a dividend? Absolutely. Of course it doesn't. I would have knew that. Minus 0.31. We have AMC Entertainment, which, again, another meme stock. I'm sure a lot of you remember that situation back in May of 2021, where it casually went from $12 to $60. That made some extremely wealthy people, I tell you what, off of meme stock. So did the GameStop stuff. But again, I have 1.1 shares. Oh, the Rolls-Royce is 22 shares. GameStop was half a share. And Snap, we have 2 shares. Exactly. Neo and Lucid Motors are the final two. Again, two highly speculative electric and hydrogen car companies. I think this one, Neo, is I know one of them also has hydrogen. Or is that Nikola? The Nikola Corporation. Again, if you've asked this many questions about your own portfolio, it's a horrible idea. So you have 1 share in Neo and the Lucid Group. I also have 1.2 shares. Now, here's the thing. A portfolio like this looks akin to gambling, clean gambling. That's, I know most of the stock market kind of technically is, but that's why I love dividend growth stocks and all. There's somewhat, to me personally, there's more security and value in a dividend portfolio stock. But this kind of gets out the exciting side. So, let me show you the purpose of this. Most of these are probably going to just keep dropping. Some of them might completely crash and burn. Some of them might not. Now, again, these were all horrible decisions for a portfolio. I mean, some people could maybe argue for the odd 1 or 2 of them, but for all 10 in one portfolio, it would be pretty you would have to be so optimistic across the board for all these industries and all these different problems and issues that every one of them are facing in a post-COVID world as well. And and when it comes to the electric cars, I have Tesla shares and I love Tesla. Tesla is one of my favorite buys. And I remember in school where I looked at them and I could have bought shares for $30, although I was a bit too young, I suppose, to open up a share account. But it would have been amazing if I could have done that. But I didn't. But anyway, my love for Tesla is overshadowing what this is supposed to be. Again, lessons. What am I going to do? Now, the plans for this is I'm going to invest a rather small, not a super large amount into this stock. We're going to look at them, and technically it gives me a good reason to also do videos that aren't just solely on dividend stocks. I can do videos on each of these individual stocks and other ones, and we get to have a look and see where they're going, where we think they're going. I have no idea where they're going, but we can look into that, and I think it'll be very educational in a sense. Basically, what I want to do is I want to make certain openly bad decisions. If some of these go well, they go well, that's great. But I want to make some of the bad decisions, talk through why I think they're horrible decisions in like a near controlled demolition. So instead of looking at someone who just made horrible, terrible decisions, and you can just see that in the video, I'm going to do it myself as someone that would never make these decisions. I can also have some sort of emotional attachment to this portfolio because, again, it is my own money on it. So some people might think this was a completely stupid idea, but in the interest of educating and in the interest, I'm not going to put... this is not getting huge amounts of money. I will be concentrating on my main my UK and US dividend portfolio first and foremost. But this should be a fun experiment to run. And here, we'll see how it goes. As I said, there are a few in there, especially the electric car companies and the airline. Some of these could rebound. In fact, some of them could absolutely surprise me. So there's just so much adventure and fun to be had in this, and so much to learn. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you join me in the journey. Let me know in the comments section below what you think of this. Is it a stupid idea? Do you think there could be some benefit? I love hearing all of the ideas, and I hope no matter what, sometimes people walk away with these videos with a bit of a lesson. And the number one from this one is what you're seeing here. Never ever do this. Never invest in anything that you don't know anything about. Always research. Ask loads of questions about every company and get to know as much as you can. That's not financial advice, but it's common sense. So I'll see you all in the next episode, lads. Hey you.